Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle. Finally, the truth about King James, a black man who helped to preserve and safeguard the Bible. Live September 29th, 2023. Commanding General YAHANNA live at King James Castle in Scotland. Come on down and support the I.S.U.P.K. UK. Lift the glass, come and join the brotherhood and drink with the ancient as we celebrate and keep the Feast of Tabernacles for our King Yahawashah in King James Castle, bringing his crew of heavy hitters. Commanding General YAHANNA will put 12 shield General Muhammad scripture breakdown class up against anyone, against any biblical scholar, untested, unchallenged, I.S.U.P.K, undefeated. Leviticus chapter 23, the Feast of Tabernacles in a black man's castle, hosted in Scotland, the United Kingdom, UK. Commanding General YAHANNA will be doing the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles in King James Castle, Thursday, September 28th, Scripture Breakdown class. Friday, September 29th, there will be a King James Castle tour, also a Johnny Walker Distillery tour, and Friday night, the opening of the Feast of Tabernacles. Saturday, September 30th, we will have camp on the streets of England. Sunday, October 1st, the UK Cookout. Monday, October 2nd, the Warwickshire Castle Tour. I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA at King James Castle in England. This is an absolutely monumental, historical event. Wam Yasha'Allah, Yasha'Allah, Yasha'Allah.
Want us to stop. But man, don't we deserve a shot? Don't we deserve a shot to be the Lord's people? Israel, let's do it!
This video taken by the I.S.U.P.K. is posted on the school's website and on YouTube. He says he and members of his Christian Bible school are well within their First Amendment rights. But shop owners say they've heard enough. Today in court, their lawyers argued the group is trespassing. In addition, they say the group repented.
Niggas want me dead. Crackers too, but these coon ass niggas, they for the feds. My stick full of lead. In case these whole niggas try me, man, I'ma have to make that bed. No need to even flex. Cause how I walk it, how I talk it, let you know my speech direct. You heard what I said. Another move, your life passing through your mind, now you're big. And I'm fresh like a motherfucker. Niggas hating cause they mom want us. I'm just coolin' by myself, but now they all on me. Shut up, bitch, eat a dick, I don't wanna love you. Sip that pool, wow, got you laced up out your shoe now. Look what you finna do, wow, it's hot. Hop around these niggas till you flop. I'm busy getting mine, but all these niggas wanna duck. But it's cool, let me know I'm on the top. Steady in the courtroom, always fighting cops. Call the white man the devil, and that's off the top. So they try to stop my movement with a block, but I beat the case every damn time, so they watch. Waiting on the nigga to try to make me slip up. Walking up on me like homeboy, what's in your cup? Do you have any drugs? Well, let me see the slugs. Make it your bitch ass back, get mad, you ain't getting love. Your wife made you clip it damn nuts, yeah I know. Crazy what coon people will do for these hoes. But I ain't even pressed, I see why you going on. My nigga, you dead wrong, bust a nut, get it on.
Black and white land, shit is crazy. Black and white land, shit is crazy.
I'm freshen up, cleaner than the motherfucker. Good juice in my cup is redder than the blood sucker. Drip on leak, yeah, drip on me. Hey, talking about, but what the fuck do you mean? Yeah, you see these damn bitches, they be choosing on me. But I don't want the bitch, but that bitch drooling on me. I get to walking on the club, she wanna move it with me. But I won't have it cause she easy like spaghetti, help me. Unleash it to the G. Who is he, that nigga from SC? Get your level straight before you approach a G. Zion TC 0013. Sits on the stick, it got me cruising off the scene. The fuck do you mean? Yeah, nigga, yeah. They nigga be hating, but they can't penetrate us. Tryna shoot at us now later, but I'ma get you now. Potato on the bow, blang, blow.
But even 30 years later, videos don't necessarily lead to convictions of officers. Advocates for reform say that needs to change.
Shaw, that's it.
Shaw, man, you know what I'm saying? Realest nigga out there, man. Nigga turned up, feel me? Nigga turned the city up, fucking with his music. We out of puzzle right now.
Where we at, though? Where we at?
Greenville, South Carolina, man.
Where we at?
Shout out Shaw, man. Turned up, man.
Damn right.
Fuck with it, man.
Give me that. Right. Birds, you did. They go, brother.
Hey there.
Okay, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema Alathon, Hashem Yahushua to all the sisters. This is the I.S.U.P.K. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, on the commanding journey YAHANNA. This is the Lashawan Qadash class, Hebrew class. Before I begin, actually, can everybody hear me too well? If you can hear me online, just put 1 in the chat. If you can hear me in the class, just say Khan.
Shalom.
Shalom, Lord of Christ.
Shalom, Lord in Christ. Can you hear me?
Khan, I can hear you. You might need to turn, let me see. Slack, yeah. All right, the chat can hear me. Let me see. Slack, can post. Give me 1 second. Let me get the All right, so everybody in the watching online, y'all can hear me. So Rob, I'm also in Christ. Okay, so this is the Lashawan Qadash. This is where we learn. This is where I teach the Hebrew, and we learn our original song. Lashawan, meaning tongue, is in language, and Qadash, meaning holy. Now we have classes in the school in the UK from Monday through to Friday and Saturday as well. We have the Sabbath class. We have classes in the school, so live in the school from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. On Monday, we have the history class taught by Captain of 10,000 Parashia. On Tuesday, I believe that's going to start being online from now. And by that, on Wednesday, we have the law class, 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. On Thursday, the scripture breakdown class, 7 p.m., 9 p.m. On Friday, it's the Hebrew class, which is taught online live from Manchester. If you're interested in joining the classes live in Manchester, if you're in the Manchester area, get in contact with me on Facebook by Ra'al Ban Yamyan, or contact the school and we will see about getting you in the classes live. And then on Friday today as well, after this class, so from 9 p.m. till usually around 11, we have the On the Ends radio show hosted by officers Karathia and Damgabar, some powerful priests and prophets of the Lord, man. And then on Saturdays, of course, we have the Sabbath service, which is a high holy day, which you do every Saturday. Okay, so to kick in the Lashawan Qadash, I want everyone that's currently in attendance. So Zara, if you could state for me your registry, Baba Kishar. So okay, I'm not sure if you can hear me. All right, no sweat. We'll continue. Slack, Zara, can you hear me? Or if you can hear me, just give me a thumbs up. I know that the chat can hear me, so it ain't on my side. All right, no sweat. We'll continue on. Okay. So for anybody that is watching online, you can also state your registry. So to state your registry, the order you do it is your name. So for me, that would be Ra'alban. Then you'd say Ban or Bath, depending on whether you're a boy or a girl, a male or a female. Ban means son or son of. Bath means daughter, daughter of. So if you're a man, you say your name, Ban, your tribe, and then Ban or Bath. And then here you would say Israel, which is Yasha'ala in the Hebrew. So you'd say Yasha'ala. Yasha'ala. So for myself, if I were to state my registry, it would be, and I want to check everyone can can see the board clearly. I know it's a bit of a change from usual. Okay, Olivia can't see. Let me try bringing it closer. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I go full screen. Let me see what y'all seeing. It's a bit blurry, but let me see. All right. Can y'all see that now? Just let me know. I know it's a bit darker. Okay, let me see. If I do, I'm gonna just have to do it. Yeah, I'm gonna do it a bit bolder. I see a 0 in the chat. All right, y'all can see. All right, most on Christ. So, Laki, I know the quality isn't as good as it usually is. I don't have my usual equipment, so y'all gonna have to bear with me. But I'll try write it a bit bolder. I might switch pens as well because I've not got a newer pen. But basically, if y'all can see, let me do Yasha'ala again. So Shar. Just using the car. Yes, select it for the quality. All right, no sweat. So to state your registry, you would say your name, Ban or Bath, meaning son or daughter of your tribe. Ban or Bath, Ban or Bath. Shalom, Christ. Ban or Bath, Yasha'ala, which is Israel, which is your nation, your race. Okay, all right, no sign of Christ. Okay, so we're learning how to state your registry. So for those in the class, Officer Tazapon, if I could get you to quickly state your registry, Baba Kishar.
Tazapuan, Ban Banyamyan, Ban Yasharala.
So Tazapuan, Ban Banyamyan, Ban Yasha'ala. Okay. Top 5, if you don't have a go at stating your registry. Do you know what your tribe is in the Hebrew? We're the tribe of Benjamin. Now in the Hebrew, Benjamin is this is going to be easy. I'll write a bit bigger as well. So Ban, Yam, Yam. Ban, Yam, Yam. So, for example, I'll say my registry. My registry is Ra'alban, Ban, which means son, Ban Yamyan, which is the tribe of Benjamin. Ban, son of Yasha'ala, which is Israel. So if you could try to stay in your registry. That's right. So Tafari, Ban Yamyan, Ban Yasha'ala. Okay. Zara, can you hear me now?
Yeah, my connection was really, I don't know if it's my connection or yours. Just your screen's a bit blurry.
It might be my connection. It's like y'all gotta bear with me. It's like no sweat, but you can hear me though.
Yeah,
okay.
come on.
Most High in Christ. Zara, if I could get you to state your registry, Baba Kashar.
All right, Zara, Bath, Banyamyan, Bath, Yasharala.
Most High in Christ. So Zara, Bath, Banyamyan, Bath, Yasharala. Most High in Christ. Go ahead.
Isaiah, Ban Banyamyan, Ban Yasharala.
That's correct. So Isaiah, Ban Banyamyan, Ban Yasharala. And Salaki, Ezekiel, you can state your registry. No sweat. So it's your name, Ezekiel, Ban, your tribe, Ban Yamyan, Ban, Yasha'ala. Most High in Christ. Here we go. Okay, so we got Isaiah and Ezekiel. If anybody in the chat as well, y'all can state your registry there. Just so I can make sure y'all are paying attention to in the chat. Let me see, what's this? All right, you can go ahead. Okay. So we're gonna get into today's class. We're going to learn about the symbolic meaning of each of the Hebrew letters. So we're gonna go over the Hebrew alphabet. So do you need a piece of paper? So let me get you right. I got one pencil. I have a pen. Let me get y'all can use this between you. Try again. That's too high. There we go. You're gonna figure it out. Oh, nah, I don't have a pen on me. Okay, I left it. All right. No sweat. All right, let's continue. So to start, Zara, do you want to let us know how we start every class? We try to.
Oh, the alphabet.
That's right, the Hebrew alphabet. I'm going to fully list it out. So, if you want to give me, let's see, there are, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 22 letters. I currently have 5 students. All right, y'all each give me 4 letters. So, Zara, if you give me, or Ezekiel, if you could give me the first 4 letters of the alphabet. You can look back in your notes. So you should have it all written down. Anyone want to help them out? Go ahead. What's the first letter? Correct. The first letter is A. So we have A. What do we have next? In fact, y'all can just, whoever has it, just give me the letter. Ba, correct. Ga. Da. Well done, Ezekiel. Ha. Wa. Za. Ka. Ta, correct.
Yeah.
Ya.
Ka.
Ka, well done. La.
Ma.
Yep. Keep them coming.
Na.
Na, well done.
Sa.
Sa.
I.
I.
Pa.
Pa.
Taza.
Taza.
Kwa.
Qua, well done.
Ra.
Qua. Ra.
Sha.
Sha.
Tha.
And Tha. So this is the Hebrew alphabet. So we have A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Ka, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. So what I'm going to do for new students is write out what it is. So A, Ba, everyone should have a record of the Hebrew alphabet. Da, Ha, Wa, Za. You don't have to if you already have it down. This is just for those that are new in the class, right? All right. Let's see. Ka, Ta, Ya. Now I know these letters are a bit small. I think they are visible online. If there's anything anyone's having trouble seeing online, just let me know. And I'll either say what it is, or because I know there's a glare on the board as well. But I'll try to break it down for you. Okay, so Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Also. Oh, slack. I sent it to the wrong. All right, one second. All right, let me get this to. You got a question? No, sir. No juice. Speak to Dab. Okay. You still writing this down? You got it?
Yeah.
Most on the cross. Okay, so everyone should have this. So now what we're going to do is get into the symbolic meaning of each of these letters. So we're going to start with First letter. Here you're pretty much going to want to write down everything I put down on the board. So, yeah, this way. So the letter R, its origin is the word alap, which means cow in the Hebrew. So if you look at the letter R, it looks like the head of a bull. You can see his face here, his horns, and his ears on the side. Now to write alap in the Hebrew, it's A, La, and Pa. The A is singular, the La and the Pa join together to make lap. This is alap, meaning cow. Okay. Now, where's my... There we go. Now, the second letter, Ba. It means, its symbolic meaning, symbolic meaning is Bayath, which you can tell me what Bayath means from previous classes. Go ahead. Father is Abba. Let's see if you can get it. I'll go first three letters. House. Well done. So like Bayath Ya is my house. Bayath Ka, your house. Bayath is house. So the reason that the root word Ba is Bayath is because it's supposed to symbolize a house. If I draw a line here, you can see it looks like a house. Or it looks like, now houses in biblical times, we used to dwell in tents. So it's actually supposed to represent a tent. You can see sort of the top of the tent, and then this would be sort of mid-circle. If you kind of have a circus tent, kind of looks like. Now, I'm not the best at drawing, but something like that. Something like that. It's supposed to represent a house or a tent at that time. So that's Ba. Now, Ga is probably one of the easiest ones to remember. Ga, the root, or the symbol for Ga. Nice and big is Ga Mal. Now, who can take a shot at what Gamal means in the Hebrew? Let me take a wild guess. Camel. Someone got it? Camel. Gamal means camel in the Hebrew. Now, the reason Gamal is symbolic for Ga, because the how you write Ga looks like a hump on a camel's back. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I can do about one more, then I'll start getting from the top. Oh, Salakia. I'm supposed to be writing these out in the Hebrew. All right. Bayath in the Hebrew, you have Ba, Ya, and Da. So Ba is separate, Ya and Da join together. Gamal, you have Ga, Ma, La. So Ga, Mal. Okay. Now we also have Da. Now, so the root word for Da is Galaf. da, la, which means door. So the character da, or the way you write da, is supposed to represent the door or the opening of a tent. Because back in those days, we dwelt in tents. So dalaf meaning door, the door of a tent. And so in the Hebrew, da, la, fa. So da, la. And you sort of picking up Tafai, how we write the Hebrew in terms of the connectors. Oh, Christ. If I was to give you a test, make sure you understand. If I was to write I need more space. If I was to do these are the symbols. I'll show one as well. These are the symbols for Banyamyan, which is Benjamin. How would you connect these letters? So you have Ba, Na, Ya, Ma, Ya, and Na. How would you connect that for it to say Banyamyan? Make what? Ban. Yep. You make right. Banyamyan. That's it. So anyone learning how to write the Hebrew, you need to connect the letters so it makes up. Basically, the amount of connectors, or like these symbols here, is like the amount of syllables. So in Allah, there's two syllables. You have ah, you have la. So ah is separate, and then you can see la and pa joined together. That's how you want to remember how to write the Hebrew. So you know the letters, you want to know how to connect it to make the words. Got a comment online. Yes, Lucky. I know there's a pretty bad glare on the screen for y'all. I don't think there's a way for me. Usually I have my camera on a higher, like a place higher. Does anybody have like a flat surface? We'll see. Give me 1 second to adjust the camera. And alas, it doesn't help at all. Well, I tried these long ass lights. So lucky, I'll just have to bear with me. If there's anything that's obscured, just put in the chat and ask me what that's, you know what, that helped. Try it. There's one more. Try it. Let me see. Don't make it too dark.
Try to put the last one on.
The last one. All right. Well, you got one of them out of the way. Okay, so this Olivia Arnold asked, may I, why is there so many of the letter R in Hebrew? So the reason is that every letter has an R sound. So like ah, ba, ga, da. The only one that doesn't have an R sound is I. All the other letters is an R sound. So like in the Hebrew, you don't really have vowels. You just have the consonants, but it's sort of filled in with the R sound, if you understand. But that's why the when you hear Hebrew, the way we speak it, not the way that the Jewish man speaks it, it's a lot of R, like thawada, a lot of R's. Okay, has everybody got this down?
Can.
All right, no sweat. Still waiting on me. Has you got this down? What's that, Christ? We'll go over the next ball shortly. Just let me know when y'all are ready. I kind of need my pencil. I have a pencil in now. I'll pass it back to you. I need it for a short while. Dark if I may. That's kind of about as dark as we're gonna get it. I think it's just the video quality. So like I'll try to write a bit bolder. If there's anything you can't see, just let me know and I'll either rewrite it if I can or just explain what it is. So let me just see. Okay. Let me know when we're ready to go. All right, what I'll do is I'll start with the next line up here. The next letter we have is Ha. The root for this is Ha. Nah. Got bold. Should be too long. So Hana, which means hair. So we have Hana, which means hair. So right, Hana. We have Ha. Na. Ha. through this one at a time. So, ha, na, ha. What do we have next after ha? How about ha, wa, wa. And the root for wa is wa. Just simply written wa. Its meaning is fish hook. So this letter is supposed to represent a fish hook. Okay. Now let me just write the. So that's wa. We got a hawa za. So za. The root for za is za yan. So we have za, ya, so za, ya. And this means weapon. So back in the day, you would have weapons, sort of like scythes. So you'd have a weapon that looks like this. A scythe. This is what the Zah represents. A weapon, a tool, an instrument of war. Okay. So you got a question. Shalom, we got the Shub in the Pashwa Ayab. He asks, so like if I may, can Hana also be behold? Can't. I believe it can also be translated as behold or look. I think it's similar to Ra'ah. Like in my name, Ra'alban. Ra'alban means behold a son, or behold is a son. The Ra'ah can be translated different ways. It can be behold, it can be look. So Hana is similar in that way. But in this instance, you want to just write down here. I can see someone's definitely studying. That's fine, Christ. Okay. So after Zah, we have keep moving my pens. This one. So after Zah, we have Ka. The root for Ka is Kawama. Ka, Wa, Ma, which means Kawama. Is that clear? Kawama. Kawama, I'm gonna write it here. It means fence. You can see the car, so it looks like a fence, or looks like a wall. So to write Kawama in the Hebrew, it's Ka, Wa, Ma, and Ha. So Ka, Wa, Ma. Okay. If Mari asked, what about low? So you're asking if Hana can also be translated as low, as in like lo behold. If you could just clarify the question, Brother Kashar. I believe that's what he's saying. Yeah, Khan. If that's what you're asking, yes, Hana can also mean low. So it can mean behold, see, hear. It says hear, I, and low. Or like and low. Yeah, it can. Low. Yeah, low, behold, can. Hana means that as well. I'm sorry. I did it again. Keep moving these pens. There's one that's like, not yes, this one was clear. Okay, do I have space for one more? Potential. Fix this here. Yeah, should do. All right, so after Kawama, so after Ka, next letter is Ta. Now, the root for the Ta is Ta, Na, Ah. Tana which means, does anybody want to have a guess of what Tana means based on this symbol? Go ahead. Pizza? I see where you're coming from. Go ahead. Light bulb. Ma. Any more guesses? Let's throw a wild guess out there. If anyone in the chat knows what Tana means, say again. Tenerife? Is it like no? All right, I'll let y'all know. Tana means basket. So this is supposed to represent a basket the way it's sort of weaved. I know it doesn't look like a full basket, but it's up to get that point across. So it means basket. Tent. No, so tent is bayath. Bayath can mean house or tent. Because back in the day, your house was a tent. So Tana'a means basket. I'll fit this in here. Basket. Okay. Now I'm actually going to give a test y'all. I'm going to ask you. How do you write Tana'a in the Hebrew? So, this is how the brother wrote Tana'a. You got more to do? Right. So Tana'a, let's see. It was close. Let's see. I'll rewrite it. The Ta, you had correct. So Ta, The na is more like, it's like a V and then it comes down in the hook. And then the ah is written the other way and with a line through. So there is as well. You have to connect it right. So ta, na, ah. So this is ta, na, ah. So I'm going to write it down. So we had someone that tried to like write with an X, Y, and a arrow. I mean, most high Christ. I definitely see where you're going. So with the Khan, I see you corrected it later as well because the Hebrew is from right to left. But Khan, so ta na ah is ta, na, ah. Now, what I would recommend for those in the comments is that if you're able to get, I know some like keyboards on your phone, you can actually download the Hebrew alphabet. Now, it will be the Assyrian Hebrew, so it is important. That's why it's sort of important to know both Hebrews. So if you type in the Assyrian Hebrew, I'll be able to translate it into the Hebrew that we're doing today. So I'll sort of know what you're saying. So for example, I can actually put in the chat kind of and I'll show you all what it looks like in the Assyrian Hebrew. For those that watch me, just give me 1 second. Everyone else get this written down. So Tana'ah in the Assyrian will look like, let me get the right letters, Ta, Na, Ah. So I just put in the comments of, well, actually just be the ISUPK UK YouTube because I don't have it on my laptop, but I can actually write it on the board what it looks like in the Assyrian. Hey, Shalom, Lord of Christ. Shalom, Diana. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Most high Christ. Okay, so today's class, we're going over so the root words and the symbols of each of the Hebrew letters. So we did the first 4, and we're on the next 5. So what I would recommend you do, I can go over them again, but I'm just conscious we might not have enough time to go through the full alphabet, but I can just continue from where I left off next class. I might do that just to go back so you can get the first 4. But if you want to start, so after you come into the class, if you could start your registry for me, Dr. Kishar.
Okay. Diana, Bath, Banyamyam, Bath, Yashala.
Most high Christ. So Diana, Bath, Banyamyan, Bath, Yashala. Okay. Right. So if you want to get these 5 down, if you want to leave space for 4 letters and then write these 5, I'll go back so you have the first letters. Or if you prefer, after the class, you can sort of rewatch the live back and get the first 4.
All right.
Do you want me to do it that way, or do you want me to do it in class now?
I'll just do it. I'll just rewatch the video.
All right, most high Christ. I read Tana R. Have you got that?
No.
All right, that's right. And we've got a question. So if English has A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y, what does Hebrew have? So Hebrew has, that's sort of what I was explaining. So with each letter, it has R in it. So for example, with Tana R, those are these here. Really, you just have It's like you just have the T and an A. So A is there, but you wouldn't have these in between. But to read it out, that's where you have, that's sort of where the vowels come in. That's where you have ta, na, a, or ka, wa, ma, with the H at the end, if that makes sense. But you don't have the letter E. You have I because of the character I, which I'm not sure if we'll have time to go over today. We should have time to go over I, but that's the only one that's sort of different that doesn't have an R sound. That's where you get Yahweh Shai or Shammai, which means to listen. But you don't have O, you don't have U, you don't have E, and you don't have Y as a vowel. It's more as a consonant. So like Yah, you have Yah. To answer your questions, can you show the app to find it? So let me see. I mean, I can show you on my phone how I've done it. So if I show you here, on my keyboard, I have this world symbol or earth symbol. If you click that, or probably long press it, you should be able to go into your keyboard settings and you can add in different languages. So I have English, like an emoji keyboard, and then I have Hebrew. If you can see it, I know it might be a bit blurry. There are some apps where you can download. I can try look up some for you now, like a English to Hebrew. I know you can get some, depending on what device you're using as well. For example, I have one on my Android, which can convert it into the Paleo Hebrew, so the ancient Hebrew, whereas the ones on my iPhone, typically from what I've found, just do the Assyrian. If you search potentially English to Hebrew app, no, maybe keyboard. English to Hebrew keyboard. You might be able to find one online. Yeah, that's the Assyrian. Yeah, you might just have to have a look after class. Just have a look, see if you can find either an app or a website that might help you to, or if you can get it on the keyboard settings in the Assyrian, that is also useful as well. Okay, has everybody got this down? Everybody got, I was just testing the pen. Keep.
Take the pencil.
Huh?
Take the pencil.
You sure can, buddy. Has everybody got this down? Huh? Diana, are you still writing? Or down?
I got it down.
Most like press. Okay. We'll go into the next 5. Okay, so after we ended with Tana'a, so we ended with Ta. After Ta, Hebrew alphabet, what letter do we have? So Abba, God, Awaza, Ka, Ta. What do we have?
Yeah.
Ya, well done. After Ta, we have Ya. Now, the origin of Ya is Yad, which means hand. Am I writing big enough? Should be. Most line crest. Yeah, we got Ya. Yeah, y'all should be able to see that. So yad, which means hand. So to write yad in the Hebrew, let me write that a bit bigger. I'll keep it smaller. Yah and it's joined together. Yad. So the way it's supposed to represent a hand is like, say this is your arm, this is your elbow, this here is your forefingers and your thumb. So it's kind of like this, or like this, to represent a hand. That's what it represents. Yad is hand. So for example, after we do the salute, you would say yad, yam. So yad meaning hand, yam at the end of a word does what? Yad. So if I was to say yad, which means hand, if I was to then say yad yam, what does the yam at the end of the word do? Makes it plural. So if I was to say yad yam, that means hands. And then mata means down. So yad yam mata means hands down. Okay, moving on. So after ya, we have ka. Which the origin is kap. Not like somebody's lying, but K-A-P, which translates to palm. And so the symbol is supposed to look like the palm of somebody's hand. Sort of like if you have a hand here, you see these lines on your hand, typically go like that, or whatever pattern you have in your hand. I think everyone's pattern's a bit different, but the symbol for ka is supposed to represent the palm of your hand. All right, Most High in Christ. Okay, my son, show me where to switch from the English to Hebrew from Android. Most High in Christ. I believe that on Android, I think you're probably, I know I have an app on my Android phone. I just don't have my Android with me to tell you. If you tune into the next class, I can definitely get that for you. Or if you contact me on Facebook, Ra'al Ban Bayamyan. If you don't know how to spell it, Ra'al Ban is right here for now. R-A-W-B-A-N. If you search for Alban, I should pop up. It's for Alban Banyamyan, which is Benjamin. Just message me on Messenger, and I'll let you know the name of the app when I'm done with the class. All right. Okay, so for kap, which is the palm, that's what it is. After ka, another definition for kap, which kind of sprung from palm, is that kap can also mean spoon. Now I know that might seem odd, but the reason is that the way you like get water and scoop, that's how a spoon is built to be, sort of like how your palm works. So that's why it can also be translated as spoon. So depending on the context, you'd kind of understand what it is it's saying. So after ka, we have la. The root la is lamad. I'll do this R a bit bigger. Lamad. Yeah. Now, lamad means to learn, which is what we're doing right now. So I believe if I was to say, this is probably something I'll get into a few classes from now, because I need to make sure I'm learned up on it. If I was to say lamawad, the wa within a word adds the like ing in English. Like if I was to say jump and jumping, That's what adding wa in the middle of a word does to it. So I believe learning would likely be lama wad. Now I could probably, I would love to see if I'm right. Let me just do it. Or actually, get another student to, let's see, who's finished right? You finished? Yeah. Could you show me what lamad would be if you was to write it out in the Hebrew letters? Now remember, Hebrew is from right to left. So you have 3 Hebrew characters here. We to write them out and then join them to make lamad. So somebody asked here, why is hand? So that symbol you've actually used is za. So that's actually za. So you've written, I believe you've written zak. What I would recommend is that I've done a class on the Assyrian Hebrew, getting familiar. So I can show you yad or hand in the Hebrew. It's a small symbol like this. That's yad, and then da is written like this. So that's yad in the Assyrian. She's asking why is hand yad and not yana? I'm not sure what yanad means. I don't know if I see. I think I see where you're going. Are you sort of asking like I'm not fully sure, but I think I get where you're going. Like if it was to say, hand in English is HAND, so you kind of wanted to do, like, for example, a ha. Let me do it in the Asian because it's more simple. Are you asking in the sense if you would do like ha, a na, and a da to make hand? Is that sort of where you're going? If you can put it in the chat, just let me know. But the reason why it's yad, now words in the Hebrew are just, some of them are just completely different from the English. Like yad means hand. You wouldn't try and like pick out the letters from the English translation and then like use whatever like kind of misfigure. That's kind of Frankenstein in the Hebrew. Whereas you want to stick with the original. Yad, I mean, Hebrew is actually where all other languages come from. So really you want to learn the original, which is Hebrew, and then what it means today so you can use it today and understand it. But yeah, the reason why yad is, that's just sort of a root word that means hand. Okay, so we have, if that answers you, if you had a different question. Okay, she said, okay, Mary said, I understand now. I don't know why, but I was translating the English and not the Hebrew in this translation. Yeah, so come. Got it. Yeah, so yeah, you don't want to try, you don't want to get caught up in translating the Hebrew in that way. Let me see. So written the letters you've written are correct. Now what I'll say is how do we write Hebrew? Was it from left to right or is it from right to left?
Yeah,
from right to left. So this is what the student wrote. So what you would do, you have the letters correct. So what you do it from right to left. So la, ma, and da. And then also with the connectors, the la is singular, but the ma and the da join together to make mad. So you can see in lamad, how many, do you know about syllables? Do you know what a syllable is? Like if I was to say blue, that's one syllable. If I was to say purple, that's two syllables. It's like how many different sounds are in a word. So like red, one syllable. Yellow, two syllables. Yellow. So in lamad, we have two syllables. So that's how you'll know you can't have three of these. It has to be a two. Something has to be connected. So it's la, mad. Does that make sense? No, sir. We'll go over it. We'll go over it as well to make sure everyone understands. Yeah, right to left. This is how you'd write the mad. Now this la is a bit curved, so I'll put it right. This is the mad. Well done. So ya, da without a after the d. Yes, that's correct. So this is hey Shalom sis, Yahweh Shemal, I thought about Shemi Shai.
Yahweh Shemal, I thought about Shemi Shai.
Most High Christ. So the sister here asked, so for hand, yeah, so ya and da, those are the letters you have, but the way it's written is yad because these were joined together. So you kind of cross out the a that would be after da. So like ka is pa and pa, but they're joined together so that you don't pronounce the a after the pa. Lamad is la, ma, and da. La is singular, ma and da joined to make mad. So you don't pronounce the da as da. It's just ends in the D. All right, Shalom sis. So Most High Christ. As you joined the class, what I want you to do is state your registry. So do you know how to? This is to Shalom Nahar.
Sir, I went and watched the beginning of the class to catch up.
Most High Christ. Okay, so if you could for me state your registry.
Shalom Nahar, Bath, Yahawada, Bath, Yasharala.
Most High Christ. That's correct. So Shalom Nahar, Bath Yahawada means daughter of Judah. Bath Yashala, daughter of Israel. Most High Christ. Okay. So what we're going over in today's class is the symbolic meanings of each of the letters and where each of the letters come from. So for example, I don't know if you've watched how far you watched in the beginning of the class, but for example, with the Hebrew letter R, get the other pen. With the Hebrew letter R, it comes from alap, which means cow. So you can see the letter kind of looks like the head of a bull. So if I was to do the nose here, two eyes, see the horn and the ears. So each letter has, it represents something. Not necessarily in the animal kingdom. For example, with dalaf, it means door. It represents something. Okay. So what you'll want to do is write everything going forward, and if you didn't catch the beginning, just watch the class over so you can get the beginning and all the previous letters.
Sir, I got the beginning ones.
Most are correct. Okay. So next after La, does anybody know what letter we have after La? Abba, Gada, Hawaza, Kata, Ma. I already gave it to y'all down. Ma. So I went too fast. Nah, yeah. When I was doing it, I said Ma. I wasn't supposed to. All right. Ma. Now, does anybody know the root for Ma? This is something I think one of you would know. Would you know? Ma. Once I tell you, you'll probably be like, that's it. All right, the root for Ma. You want to guess it? It starts with Ma. I can tell you that much.
Malak.
La'ah. Good guess though. Malak means king. Now, if you used to look at the symbol of Ma, or the letter, what do you think it kind of represents from words you might know?
Wow.
La. So this is Ma. For time's sake, I'll just give it to you. The root for Ma is Mayam, which means Khan. See, remember, which means water. So the letter Ma sort of represents the waves. You see, like crashing waves, moving water. That's what the Ma represents in Mayam. So to write it, it's Ma, Ya. Right. Ma, Ya, Ama. So Ma, Yam. As you can see, there's two syllables, so we know that the Ma is full because it's the M and the A. Ma is full, and then Ya and Ma join together to make Yam. Okay. So what's after Ma? Na. Well done. After Ma, we have Na. Now the root for Na is Nawan. So Na, one, which means sprout. So the Na character, the Na letter, is supposed to represent like a plant sprouting up. I'll make sure I break it down. Okay, so now one. Now let me give another little test. Ezekiel, you want to show me how you write no one in the Hebrew? Give it a try. Remember, Hebrew is from right to left. We'll see. So we got 2 new comments. Hey, Shalom. We got Tamika from Chicago. Hey, Shalom, sis, Lord in Christ. It was nice seeing you down there Fire Weekend. So we got Tamika. Also in Christ. All right. Let me borrow this from you. Yeah, you got it. Okay. The young scholar. So no one. Okay, so the sisters done it here. Okay, I definitely see. Yeah, now with using, of course, English letters, it isn't going to look right, but I definitely got sort of where you were going with the Hebrew letters. Have you finished? Or are you still working on it? What I'll do, Or it's up. Do you want to have a shot? I think is it come up to find the right page. Yeah. Nah. Okay. So I have the letters na, wa, and na. Now, how do we turn this into nawan? How do we turn that into nawan? Right now, it's just na, wa, na.
Oh, I didn't ask.
Okay, go ahead.
Na, wa,
Na. So I'm saying that the letters we have here are na, wa, and na. How do we turn that into nawan?
Na. The singular thing.
Yep. So na is singular.
One is connected.
And then the wa and the na connect to make one. Most High Christ. Okay. So once everyone's got that down, we'll continue. What time are we on? 8:30. So yard. We're on now. No, how many we got? We got 8 more. We can get this done. Half an hour. All right, y'all ready to go? Salakia. I'm gonna get through this today. I want a different topic. And a different topic next week. Okay. Most High Christ. It's funny the way you. Okay. I see what you've done. So frown on the Y. Okay, smile on the. Okay, I think you had it sort of the other way around. So what I would sort of use, so from right to left, you would say like an arch upside down, an arch under the na, and then an upside down arch connecting the wa and na. That's probably how, or like a, it's probably, like a bridge, or either arch or bridge, whatever's easier. So this is a regular arch or bridge, and then upside down arch or bridge to connect. Or you can just say arch and connector, if that helps to differentiate. Whatever helps you learn, as long as you know sort of what it is that you're writing. Okay, is everyone written down? Ezekiel, you good to go? All sign Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, if anybody has any questions, I mean, as the people online have been doing, but if you have any questions in the class, just say Salakia or raise your hand. I'll get to your question. If you don't ask questions, if you're confused on something, you don't ask questions, you'll never learn it. So it's important to do ask questions if something's not making sense. We want to make sure we're all learning, not just skipping over anyone. Okay. So next we have Sa. Now the root for Sa is Samak. Which means to establish. So establish. And you can see the symbol for Samak, the letter. It sort of looks like a flagpole or like a large sign. You'd use the Samak to establish something. You might use it to establish land. If you place like in this kingdom, they place flags down to establish land. Samak means to establish, and that's what it represents. So to write it in the Hebrew, does anybody on the online class, so Zara, Diana, and Shalom, do any of you want to have a try just writing Samak in the ancient Hebrew and then just show in your paper.
Can I do it?
Wow, of course you can. What I'll do in the meantime is I'll go on to the next one, so I'm not wasting time. Next one is I. Young. Just let me know when you're ready. In the meantime, does anybody know, or can anybody have a guess at what ayan means? Based on the symbol I. I. Correct. Symbol for I represents an eye. So you draw like a little people here. There you go. It's an eye. So ayan means eye. What we'll do, I'll continue to write out the sort of English translations and the symbols, and then we'll go over the Hebrews. So after I, we have Kalamana, Sa, I, Pa. So Pa, the symbol is Pa, the H at the end, which means mouth. So the symbol here, this letter is supposed to represent like an open mouth. So here's the roof of your mouth, and here's the like a chin. Exactly. That's Pa. And then Pa, Tazah. The root for Tazah is Tazad. Out. Right. Tazad. Now Tazad means side. Like somebody laying on their side. That's what it represents. Now, the reason this represents side is that Tazad actually used to be written like this. You'd have a circle, and then you'd have like this. So it's like somebody laying on the side. This is the head, this is the torso, and then the legs, like that, they're laying down. But over the years, the head, instead of drawing a circle, just to draw it quickly, it ended up becoming a line. And that ended up becoming Tazah. So Tazad, which means side, represents a man laying on his side. Now there's words that come from Tazad. For example, Tazayad. So if you had a yah here, Tazayad means hunt or hunter. And the it's Tazayad.
No, I'm just saying Taza'id.
Yeah, Taza'id. Taza'id, I believe. I forget what it means. I think it means Taza'id means march or forward, I think. Let me look it up. Barak Taza'id is salute whilst we continue marching. Taza. Let me look it up. Taza'id. I really hate the Assyrian. Yeah, Taza'id means step or march. I think it can also mean forward. I'm not sure if that comes from particularly Tazad, but I know Tazayad comes from Tazad because it means hunter. So anything that you hunt, will end up, on its side, sleeping. So that's Tazad. Next we have Sulakadain. I don't want to keep you writing. Have you finished the Hebrew for Samat?
I finished.
All right, Most High Christ. If you could show me the screen. Okay, we have. Right. Okay. So what you've written Shamak. So that's Shah. You've written it as Shah. So the symbol for Shah is this here. But the rest is Sa, Ma, and Ka. Sa, Ma. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else online want to go at writing Ayan in the Hebrew? And show me what you've written.
Salakia, I can do it if you want.
Come on, go ahead.
Let's see if I cover the other ones.
Okay, let me see. So Ayan, that's perfect. Most High Christ. Right, so we have I, Ya, and Na. I singular, Ya and the Na connect to make Yan. Essie, you okay? Need a break? I mean, we've only got about 10 more minutes to go. You'll be all right. You'll live. All right. For time's sake, I'm just going to kind of speed through it. So for Pa, you have, of course, the Pa and the Ha join together to make Pa. Tazad, you have Tazah and Da. That's Tazad. Now, after Tazah, what do we have? Kwa, right? Yeah. Pa, Tazah, Kwa. Correct. So we have Kwa. Now the root for Kwa is Kwam, which means, you said it? Said what Kwam means? Say it again. I thought he said it. You know what? Does anyone know what Kwam means?
Oh, Kwam. Yeah. Rise.
Rise, correct. Yeah. So Kwam means to rise. Also, Chicago in the house, Las Vegas in the house, DC. I was like, are you asking me if I'm DC? I'm from the UK. So this is the UK class, but we're streaming on all different classes. We're streaming on DC, the online classes, and also Trinidad and Tobago as well. And as well as the UK, of course. Okay. Did someone put it in there? Shalom, how you got it? Yeah, rise. Most High Christ. Okay. Kwa means to rise. Writes out in the Hebrew, the course of Kwa and Ma. Join together to make Kwam. Okay, we are 3 more away. 3 more. That's it. I know y'all. I know y'all tired. All right, we good to clear the board? Yeah. Go over this pencil real quick. So we have please open the panel. So if anybody that wants to join classes. I always reiterate, if you want to get in class, get in the Hebrew class, what you need to do is contact me via Facebook. Just message me on Facebook, and we'll see about getting you in the class. We welcome all new students, as long as you're Black, Hispanic, and Azvinian. You can join the Hebrew class. You can learn Hebrew, all right? Just contact me via Facebook. So my Facebook name is Ra'awban Banyamyan, so Raawban. And then Banyamyan is Banyamyan. Search me on Facebook, come message me, and we'll see about getting you in class. Okay, is everybody written this down? Go ahead. What I'll do is I'll remove the top parts. You should all have written these down. Okay. I'm full of haircuts today. Okay. The milk bar is pencil real quick. Yeah. Okay, I believe everyone is now ready to move on. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Right, the last three. So after Kwa, we have Ra. Now the Egyptian god Ra, talking about the letter Ra. You know that. We got another scholar in here. Both sides Christ. So Ra, the origin for Ra is Ra'ash. So like my brother over in Chicago or in Gary, Indiana, Ra'ash Karab. Ra'ash means head. Khan is very like this. I'm not sure why. Sometimes when an R and a Shah joins, you still have the H, but this is how it is. This is how I've been told it's written. And we always go off what we're taught. All right, so Ra'ash represents the head. I mean, he's probably stood up, and this is his head. That's probably his nose. I don't know. Represents head. Now Ra'ash, to write it out, you of course have Ra, Ah, and Shah. Ra singular, Ash joined together. Quickly breeze through. Now Shah. Now this will be an interesting one. The root for Shah, let's see if you'll get this. Root for Shah is Shan. Shan is tooth. You got it. Ushan is tooth. Singular. If you used to say teeth, how would you say teeth? Now, if you say teeth in Hebrew, so so tooth is Shan. How would you make that plural to make it teeth? Shanyam. Shanyam. Brilliant. So to make a word plural, you add yam at the end. A ya and a ma join together. So, for example, Ra'ash yam is heads. Shan yam, teeth. What else did we have? Yad yam, like yad yam mata, hands. Mata means down. That sort of thing. That's how you make a word plural. So to write Shan in the Hebrew, you have just a Shah and a Na joined together. And you can see here the symbol here, the Shah, looks like 2 teeth. And then last we have Tha. Now the root for Tha is Thaw, T-H-A-W, which means mark. So like the mark that God put on Cain, sign that he put against him, put Thaw against him, a mark. And I guess you could say X marks the spot. It kind of looks like an X. You could say Thaw. So remember it. Thaw represents a mark. And then, of course, to write it, we have a Tha and we have a Wa. Just join them together. And with that, once everyone's got that down, that is the class. If anyone has any questions, let me know. I'll answer it before we close out. We've got about 7 more minutes. Just let me know. But while you're still writing this down, got a question? Go ahead. Can't. It's nearly done. Now, apology that I know sometimes the writing is slanted. It's really hard to write from the side. So, Salakia. And next week, I'll try to have the video quality up. It should be way better. And just the video quality and the glare shouldn't be as bad. Because I'll have it from a higher angle. Okay, so once everyone's written this down, we'll close out with the salute. It's crazy. It's funny, we've got all the men in class live and the sisters on the Okay, is everybody finished? Okay, looks like everybody. If you finished online, just give me a thumbs up. Okay, Zara's finished. London has finished. All right, everyone's finished. Okay, most high Christ. All right, with that, I'm going to pass it over to Priest and Officer 500 to Zapawan. You can do the salute to close out.
Majim.
So Madim, which means to stand.
Majim Shabbat. Majim. Barak. Yahweh Shem Thumb.
You would say Barak. So all the students, you would say Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Let me do it one by one. So Yahweh. All the students. Yahweh. Ba Hashem. Yahweh Shai. Barak. Athar. And I would reply Yahweh Ba Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Barak Atham. And then so we're going to salute the sisters. So Sa. Turn and face the laptop. As we're going to salute the sisters.
Majim. Majim Shabbat. Majim. Barak.
Yahweh Shema al Athan Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema al Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema al Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yahweh Shema al Ba Hashem Yahweh Shai.
Yad Yamata.
Yad Yamata, which means hands down.
Class dismissed.
Hey, for water, everyone for joining. I hope to see y'all next week. I'll have something, I'll have something new and something fresh planned for y'all. I know this was new, but I'll have some good planned for y'all next week. All right, make sure y'all tune in. And to water, for joining online as well. Most High Christ. You spell All right, one more question before I close out. Y'all can go ahead and get some water, get some food, enjoy yourselves, enjoy your evening. I've got this question. Shalom, Lord Christ. All right, how do you spell your name on Messenger? So my name, I'll just write it on the board. All right, let's look at the pen. I think I'll just say it. So it's R-A-A. So the letter R, double A. R, double A. W, B, A, N. And then space. Ban. Yam. Yan. By the time you look up Ra'alban, it should come up. I don't think there's any other Ra'albans. So it should come up. Ra'alban Ban Yamyan, you'll see. You see my handsome face pop up. Click on it. Message me. And you can see about joining the classes, all right? Oh, sorry, crash. Okay. With that, Shalom, Yahweh Hashem Shai B'Ktam to all the brothers, Yahweh Shema Alathan, Bahashem Havashai to all the sisters. Most High in Christ.